They'll be calling you a radical. 868. This is a big day. If you haven't noticed yet, I love numbers. I go crazy over numbers. But 868, why is that number so big? 186. You know the gay right over here is you've seen those videos I've done out there. I did the one for my own funeral with my nuclear triangle painting. Warhol was born 86. 868, 868 days from Fukushima. Wow, wow, wow. I want to do this video right now as I just got back from Southern California, and when I was down there, I'm like, that's it, I'm staying, I'm not coming home. I told my kids, I says, you know, the weather's so perfect, it's the old San Diego, you know, the beautiful San Diego girls, you know, the climate, the food, everything, you know, I'm staying, I'm done, my work's done, I've done enough on this, you know, vlog and everything, but, you know, and then I started thinking, I gotta start, you know, I gotta practice what I preach, and then my doctor sent me straight, he's like, Kevin, yeah, you wish, you know, I lose track. I'm in a 3-year treatment program. I'm almost 22 months into it. So, as I like to use music from 1986, I'm happy to be stuck with you. You know, Louis Lewis, 1986. I lived to tell 1986 is, you know, all the beautiful females down there in Southern Cal, what they've morphed into, and when I grew up down there, we knew what they were then. But what's different about them now and then? They're still beautiful, amazing, but they used to be more like Rachel Carson, not like Skipper. They're all Skipper now. There's, you know, I used to say in my class all the time, if you had your choice and you could be in history, as history looks back, Vanderbilt, J.P. Morgan, or, you know, Warhol, or, you know, Picasso, or these socially conscious people, or, you know, somebody who really made it, Jonas Salk, well, who would you be, you know? And you can really tell a lot about a personality about that. And as I came home, you know, and I'm a music nut. I love music, and I turn music, and I started to get calls. All, you know, a lot of people. This is being bleed into popular culture finally now after 860 days, and everybody's like, God, there's nothing we can do. Just bend over and kiss our ass goodbye. There are things that we can do. One, call your congressman and your senator. Their numbers are right there. Call them. You know, and just have a conversation. You know, tell them what you think of this. 2, we can organize. We can get together and do public awareness. You know, people think, oh, Kevin, you just rant and rave and carry on. Yeah, and really that. I did that. I taught the communication class for a long time. I can speak very eloquently. Like I said, I'll go toe-to-toe to anybody on the face of the earth. As I used to eat, sleep, drink this, now I literally sleep with it. You know, what a story. You can't make this stuff up. This is so Cassandra-like. But I've had a real utopic feeling the last 2 days is, you know, turn on music. I've been really happy since I got home. Really, you know, even though I'm broke and it's hot and, you know, I'm just stressed out, my lawn's burned up, you know, but I mean, I've been very happy. It's almost a surreal state that I've been in. And I think why? I think why is because there are things that we can do. You can live like you have cancer before you have cancer. And this pure fight that I'm in is purifying me because I've changed my diet. I think I'm so happy because I, you know, had so much good juice down there, and you know, the juice bars, wow, they're so great down there. Oh, you got no excuses in Southern Cal. I was eating freaking oranges off the trees. Oh, wow, so good. As I was a meat eater somewhat, I'm glad I'm not now. I don't want to eat animals. You know, I mean, I cheat once in a while, but not really, you know. So many good things have come out of this, but you need to live like you have cancer before you have cancer. That's your only hope. You can't avoid this. It's everywhere, and it's going to get worse. It's abstract to think. I know it's hard for you to think this is not pollution. Because this is not pollution. You think, oh, the news cycle for 2 weeks, and then 2 months, it just goes away. That's why this is pouring out the way it is pouring out. Oh, it'll just go away because you're so postured and groomed to think that this is nuclear fallout. Not only does it not dilute, it gets worse. This is China syndrome. This is the biggest story on so many levels in so many ways in the history of humanity. I mean, this is the first time China syndrome is ever really going on in the history of humanity. So I hope Einstein was wrong, is all I can say. He hypothesized it burn all the way through the earth. But it's happening. Number 3 is in full blown. It's going crazy over there. And we are the new downwinders. North America, we're all the downwinders. We grew up in Utah knowing what downwinders was. You know, it's this subject matter since I was born. I mean, people that have been watching this vlog, they know. You know, and then I get a rare radical form of AML 6 months after Fukushima. A lot of people have cancer. You wouldn't believe the conversations I have on airplanes. You know, children with heart defects. I can't believe how many people I've met posted. It's called Chernobyl heart. Birth defects is happening all over North America. We got hammered with the plume as RadNet did. This is going to destroy the Obama administration. As the Obama administration took advice from the nuclear industry, his handlers are all nuclear. I think this needs to get to Barack Obama somehow and somebody needs to put a bug in his ear and tell him, listen, President Obama, your mother was a downwinder. She lived in Kansas. 300 open air tests across there. Kansas got hammered. Half-life 25,000. She died way too young. A beautiful woman. Young woman. Too many of these happen. That's who it affects. And for him to listen to Axelrod, to him to listen to Lisa Jackson, him to listen to the nuclear machine, Monsi, and I mean, Gina McCarthy blows my mind. She had a RadNet. RadNet does not magically work still as well. Let's raise the limits. Our limits were grotesquely too high before, and they raised them even higher. We're being hammered. As I say, stay on tuna. You could do things. I'm not just a doom crier. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the reality. How it is. If you watch me survive, I had no chance of surviving. You do it through music. You do it through love. You do it through the poetry of anger, as I call it. We can organize. I mean, I'll show up anywhere. I can organize. I can teach. I can speak anywhere you want me to. As long as I got a place to sleep and some decent food to eat, I'm there. We need to organize. We need to make awareness. We tried in Eugene. Those hypocrites up there, forget about it. The youth, whatever. But Southern California still has that social conscience. Those beautiful girls. But every time you get discouraged, you think of Rachel Carson. Don't be a skipper. Be a Rachel Carson. They're all skippers down there. And I came home and we have to fight this, like the dean said a while back, Kevin, you finish that book, you got to finish that. I said, I'm just getting to the best parts. Look, 868. That's an amazing amount of time that this thing's been going on in all three of those reactors. It's incredible. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. You know what to do. They have me on 12 servings a day. I love bananas. I've learned, once that I've gone to this diet, I crave it now. I love it. And everybody says, oh, it's so expensive. No, it's not. We have our market here, and you don't have to freaking, so-called organic this and that. Shit, I get these bottles of organic carrot juice, right? This $3. Sometimes they have them 2 for $5. I had 2 for $5 today. I drink them. And you don't need a whole freaking gargantuous amount of food. We eat too much food, and I walk. I walk as meditation. I met this young woman down there with an alternative medication, and she says, yeah, all these people just want me to turn on these buttons and boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. You have to do the work. And she says, you get it. You have to do the work. This is the pure good work, though. It's the great work. It's like that Hawking trauma I had when I used to do frescoes. And sometimes I didn't even need to be doing that. I had plenty of money because I was such a good trader. And, when I had my Wall Street careers, I could sell, but I love being in that sunshine with that freaking sweat coming down my back creating art. I mean, it gave me so much. That's what walking is. That's what hiking is. That's what drinking juice. That's what being aware and telling your friends that we can organize. We could do this. We could do this. We could change the world. We can change the world. We can do this. We can overcome. We could put this into the public culture and we could change the world. We could change the way we think economically. We could change the way. This is the freaking one issue that changes everything. The economic things. This changes everything. It's the new hierarchy. It's the new hierarchy. It trumps everything. It trumps it all. This is going to kill so many people. The baby boomers the average baby boomer is 62 years old. They're going to start dropping off quick. Even quicker than we thought. The population is going to peak in this country, very soon. This is going to kill so many people. And because people are, and if you don't think this is not generational arrogance and nuclear, I used to say religion is generational arrogance by definition. Nuclear is the definition of generational arrogance. Because this is multiple generations forever and ever and ever. We're going to have to learn to live differently. We're going to have to try to learn to live differently. We're going to have to learn to try to figure out how to counter this. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, meditation, music. As I'm happy to be stuck with you. 1986, 8-6. Here we go again. Chernobyl, as she said in that line, I hope to meet her someday, the greatest line I believe ever spoken in the Battle of Chernobyl. The worst thing to ever come out of that reactor at Chernobyl was not cesium, was not plutonium, was lies. And this is a person who knows what I know, that it's killed 40 million people. And counting. This is the power of the nuclear energy cabal. As that, when they told you, the UN, the WHO's, they kidnapped it all, they own it all until you kill 4,000. And you believe. And the journalistic whores, excuse me, and the marine biologist whores that participated, you're on the other side. this army, we need to organize. I'll show up anywhere, you know. We can organize. We can do this. We can do this. Stay in tune. Learn, live like you have cancer before you have cancer.